30th of January 2020, mid-US session update. Piotr here, and we are going to check what is going on for Light Forex Global YouTube channel. It's my pleasure to be with you again, post Bank of England, post USGDP. So without further delay, let's go straight into the charts. Okay, let's start with the pound post Bank of England. No change, 7-2 when it comes to the voting, and break to the upside on the cable. But the most discussed thing is the rally we've seen right before the decision, right? So huge rally to the upside, and to be honest with you, that was the reason I took the profit earlier. If you remember, this morning we were discussing, I was long cable. Now, well, to be honest with you, the fireworks on the cable, on the pound overall, a bit bigger than what we've seen yesterday post FOMC when it comes to the dollar. Okay, but looks like we are approaching again another important levels. We went a little bit higher on the cable. We went a little bit higher on the pound yen than what I've been thinking about. But anyway, we are approaching again levels where I'm going to look what to sell the pound. Come on. Yes. So let's start with this consolidation we've seen here, right? So doubling the consolidation, that was the pre Bank of England announcement jump, right? One of the reasons I took the profit as well. Then looks like we want to go higher and double that, right? That could bring us towards very, very interesting level when it comes to the cable, right? Meaning that it's gonna bring us towards the latest demand. Well, that's gonna be very, very interesting. Hopefully we are going to get the spike by tomorrow, not today. I don't want to see that during the late US or during the Asian hours, right? So I'm going to look to sell, tomorrow, bump it about a bit. Looking to sell tomorrow above 31.15, rather towards 31.25, maybe even 31.40. So this is going to be my supply, but for tomorrow. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that tomorrow, right? From the conservative perspective, if you are a conservative trader, then you wanna see the jump higher, the spike higher. That's what we are talking about, right? You wanna see this type of the price action, but you wanna reopen on the over under, right? So you wanna reopen on a move back below 31.05 and retest. Okay, if you are conservative. I'm gonna be a little bit more aggressive, we'll see. Of course, I'm going to switch lower to like 5 minutes, 1 minute chart, and if I'm going to get the interesting setup, the interesting price action I'm going to look for, then and only then I'm going to try to open. Where are the buyers on the cable? Well, probably the buyers are here on this latest weakness and around the weekly open. The thing is that, well, one can call it mid-week reversal, right? But it's a late Thursday, so it's not a midweek. But anyway, that's where I do expect some kind of the demand. So levels close to 30.60, 30.50. That's the first possible demand, all right, on a retest of this weakness. And the second, it's gonna be, again, if that was the consolidation, it's going to be top of the consolidation and 50% of the consolidation if you are a pound buyer, all right? Then we also discussed pound yen. They didn't do what I've been waiting for, all right? So there was simply break, right? They didn't repeat what we've seen yesterday. Okay, they didn't. It was straight move to the upside, so there was no reason for me to try to sell it. Okay, post Bank of England, but it starting to look great. Again, okay, a little bit higher, even better, right? If we have this type of the channel, all right, and we are going to double that to the upside, we are very close to what? To the next supply level, closer to 142.90, 133.15. That's where I'm going to look to repeat the short on the pound yen, all right? But I wanna see you know, weakness on the indices as well in that case, right? So I want to see some kind of the some kind of move in the relation, right? So not only weak pound weakness, right? I want to see the pound weakness in relation to overall risk of sentiment. That's something we are going to make an update tomorrow about. Closer towards the US session, right? Because tomorrow very busy day from the US data perspective, from the US calendar perspective. So anyway, all right, we've seen the pound a little bit rally. One of the reasons, to be honest with you, and I'm going to make the weekly summary again, walking around. If the weather is good, right? So we are going to make this brainstorming, but I think 130 hold. So some bears decided to, okay, that was the event, let's take some profits, right? And for now, nothing else. The shorts took profit, and that's how I see the things when it comes to the cable or pound yen, right? Now I also been long euro dollar, all right? I took the profit, but I took a little bit earlier than what we've seen. Of course, some guys would tell you that they took profit over here. No, I took profit somewhere here, few green pips. Okay. Similar to the cable, we are above weekly open, and the bulls are trying to take over here, right, towards the end of the week. Well, to be honest with you, I'm going watch this evening. That's gonna be unusual from my side, but I'm going to watch this particular low, right? I'm going to watch 10.25. If we are going to get back below, and if we are going to have 15 minutes candle, or better 1 hour candle close below 10.25, I may try to take the risk, right? I may try to take the risk. Now, when it comes to the euro dollar, why I'm saying I may try to take the risk? Because US data today was weak when it comes to the PCE. The GDP almost as was market was expecting, but PCE showing the weakness. And now I've got my puzzle, putting all those things together. If you remember this morning, I said that it was the most boring FOMC in my career, right? And I'm doing this stuff for 20 years almost, right? It was the most boring FOMC, and now when I'm trying to rewind the Powell behavior yesterday, probably he knew it about the data. He was trying to avoid to answer for the tough questions, or was doing the the rounds, trying to make some kind of the blah 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 stuff, right? So that's why I'm talking about I'm gonna to take the risk, because if the sentiment will turn around, I mean, if let's say we are not going to get anything worse out of the China during the Asian session, and we have Chinese PMI, China is back from the holiday, it might be a little bit of the turnaround, and with the positive sentiment we might see a little bit dollar going off, but then we should be careful, and we should wait for the US data, and we have quite good package tomorrow. We have employment cost index, we have personal spending, personal income, Chicago PMI, and revised University of Michigan consumer sentiment, right? As I mentioned, during the Asian hours, we do have manufacturing and non-manufacturing PMI out of China, and then during the European hours tomorrow, it's gonna be in relation to the euro. That's the other side of the coin when it comes to my risk to euro dollar, because we do have French flash GDP, we do have German retail sales, we do have French consumer spending, primary CPI. All of those, the expectations are a bit lower. The only thing which is a little bit strange is CPI flash estimate is a bit higher, and preliminary flash GDP as expected. Core CPI though is lower. So that's one of the reasons I'm going to watch towards the end of the day the euro dollar and 10.25. Now, trying to make the summary of our meeting. If you remember, I've been short S&P. Once they started to rise around here, I decided to cut, to take the profit, right? It was nice. Looking to resell. Now, how I'm going to try to resell, right? Well, they're trying to make this range break, right? The range been created around this week low, okay? So I'm going to look for a doubling that range, right? Meaning it should bring us towards this range, right? Somewhere like over under, that's what I'm gonna to look for when it comes to resell. Of course, I'm going to watch this double at 3270 on S&P, and the second selling level 3280, but very carefully, and having in mind that we have this Chinese data and it could be easily manipulated to the upside, just trying to cover all those other things. Guys, don't be trapped. We are approaching end of the week and end of the month at the same day, right? So be very, very careful. A little bit of the more fireworks, a little bit higher volatility eventually is expected. I'm going to get back to you tomorrow. All the best. See you around, and goodbye, guys. Take care.